This conference will now be recorded.
Once again, good morning, everyone. So my name is Srinivas. I'm total having 10 years of experience. I started my career as a SQL developer and later I moved to Python. Python and SQL I trained, and then I worked on Hadoop, PySpark, and currently I'm working as a Azure data engineer. Okay. As part of this program, I'm going to discuss about Python programming language. So here, what is today's agenda? First, I will discuss about introduction to programming languages, introduction to Python, why Python, what are the features of Python, and what are all the top 10 reasons to learn Python. Okay, so today I'm going to discuss these things. So this Python is nowadays essential for every person. You can be a tester, can be a developer. Okay, so Python is very important programming language, and also here at end of this session you will understand the importance of the Python and who are eligible to learn this one. Okay, and where we can use Python and why nowadays this Python is very demand. Okay, so all those things you will understand by end of this session. Now, so first I'm going to say what is language. So generally here, if you understand general our regular days, okay, what is the purpose of the language? Communication, right? Similar way here, computer languages are there. Okay, so here, so first mission level language, assembly language, and high level language. Mission language, which is understood by the computer. Assembly language, here processor level. You might heard in our BTech microcontroller, microprocessor. So this is one. Now, high level language, which contain English statements. All programming C, C++, Java, Python, everything comes under high level languages. Okay, so computer languages are three categories: mission level language, assembly language, and high level language. Mission language, which is understood by the computer. Here you can see bytecode 0 comma 1s. Okay, assembly language processor level, and high level language which contains English statements. See, all programming language which you are written comes under high level language. Guys, here human is interacting with the computer. Human interacting with the computer. He is going to write in high level language, but computer can understand only mission level language, which is a low level language. Then who is doing this translation? So who is converting this high level language to a low level language? So here, which is done by internally, we have interpreter and compiler. Okay, so today completely theory part only. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to install Python. I will go for practical. So today just understand the importance of Python. Okay, now so come to human is written high level language, but computer is going to understand only mission language. Then who is doing this translation high level to low level, which is done by interpreter or compiler? So what is the difference between interpreter and compiler? So here, if you want to communicate with the computer, you have to pass the instructions. Set of instructions, we can call it as a program. So here, set of instructions, we can call it as a program. Okay, what is instruction example? Okay, so consider A equal to 10, B equal to 20, C equal to A plus B, print C. Now, this is a program which I written. Okay, in this one, I am writing a program high level language which is a Python. So I have passed four instructions. These four instructions, I can call it as a program. I can call it as a program. This I am passing here. Now it is going to pass computer. Here this operation is executed. Now who is doing this translation? Here we are writing English statements, but here it can understand only byte code, zeros, comma, ones, which is done by interpreter and compiler. Interpreter or compiler. Now, what is the difference between interpreter and compiler? Okay, what is the difference between interpreter and compiler? Here, what interpreter will do is, for suppose here I have a program which is a 4 lines. Now consider I have a program which contains 10 lines. Which contains 10 lines. Now here when you try to execute the program, when you try to run the program, if it is interpreter, what it can do is, it will check the first line. Is the instruction which you are passing is correct or not? Here, each language is related, we have a standard syntax. Standard syntax. Syntax means the instruction which you are passing, the instruction which you are passing should be in this way. Likewise, there are some standards are there. First, it will take this instruction. It will check whether this is the proper syntax or not. If this instruction is a proper syntax, then it will convert, this interpreter will convert high level to a low level language, which is a byte code. Okay, so here instruction interpreter go for line by line execution. So first it will pick the first line. If the instruction is correct or not, is it is a proper syntax or not? Yes, it is a proper syntax. Then it will convert this high level instruction to low level byte code. It will convert. Second line, okay. Third line. For suppose third line, there is a mistake. Okay, so consider here our first line is this one. Second line is this one. Okay, third line is this one. So here you are writing a wrong. Now here plus plus is there is no syntax for suppose. Okay, now immediately your program will start. So here what interpreter will do is, first line is correct. Okay, convert this one into byte code. Second line is correct, convert this one into byte code. So here third line is a syntax is wrong. So here immediately it is going to stop your program and it will say, boss, you have a error at third line. Okay, line by line execution. So wherever the error occurred, stop the program. Okay, so here interpreter will do line by line. Now for suppose third there is error, it will stop. Now you corrected the error. Okay, when you do before run, you correct the error. Now again the execution will be started from the beginning. First line, second line, third line, fourth line. So for suppose eighth line there is an error, again it will stop at eighth line and it will display, boss, it will, you have a error at eighth line. Like that, interpreter will do line by line execution. Now the same thing if you go for compiler, entire program at a time. And here it will scan the entire program and it will display, boss, you have a error at third line and error eighth line. Okay, so here what you have to understand is, so there is a interpreter and the compiler. What this will do is, so it will convert high level program to low level program. What is high level? So here human is writing a program in terms of high level language, but computer can understand only zeros and ones, machine language. Okay, now next, here what is Python? So Python is one of the high level programming language. Python is one of the high level programming language. Though we have a different languages, C, C++, Java, then why should I go for Python? Okay, so we'll see this one. So before that, let me say a brief history of Python, when it is implemented, who is implemented, will go now. Python was implemented by Guido van Rossum. He is a Netherlands scientist. So in 1980s, okay, so in those days he worked on Bash, Unix script. He found some disadvantages of that one, and later he implemented this one. So he 1970s he started this Python programming language implementation, and the first release was happened in 1991. Okay, and the first release was happened in 1991. Here, why he introduced his language name as Python? Okay, in those days there is one comedy series, Monty Python Flying Circus. Okay, so this is one of the kind of web series which is a popular in those days. So he was very interested to that one, and based on that he introduced his language name as a Python. Okay, so I will show you the person who implemented. So he's the one who implemented, and he recently retired from the Dropbox. So he's the chief Python architect in the Dropbox now. Okay, so just that is what is Python, who implemented Python. Then next we'll go, why Python? There are many programming languages are there. Then why should I go for Python? So first, Python is easy to understand. The syntax is okay, is very easy, and it is a beginner's language. If you don't know any programming language, if you don't know any software industry, first time you are entering into industry, okay, generally earlier people are suggested to go for C language. Now you can start with Python. Even 8th class, 9th class students also learn that one. Okay, now that's why central government has introduced Python in 7th class or 6th class, 6th standard. Okay, and generally people are having a assumption. Okay, I'm a non-IT background. I was completely mechanical. I'm a civil. Can I go for software industry? Yes, you can. Okay, so make sure at least one programming language is mandatory nowadays. It can be a Java, it can be a Scala, it can be a Python, any. Okay, now I am going to teach Python, so definitely it will be advantage to you. And people are who already working on 8 years, 9 years. Okay, so for suppose, so they said I'm a testing engineer. Okay, I'm a tester. I'm not interested for coding. Okay, so it is very difficult to write a code. That's why I went to testing. Okay, that's why I'm moving to functional. People are saying like that. Earlier it was fine, but nowadays people are expecting multiple skills. I born and brought up testing, I will do only testing. No, you have to do multiple skills. Okay, so the developer has to do development and testing nowadays. Okay, there is no separate testing resources going forward. So developer has to do testing. Okay, so if you go, and also as I said, if you go any interviews, they are expecting one, at least one language. Okay, now these 10 days, whatever I'm going to say, please do practice. Okay, as this is the complementary training. Okay, don't ignore this one. So whatever every day I'm going to share a recording, and I'm going to share soft copy. Okay, whatever practice content exercises, everything I'm going to share. So with this, at least you will get interested to learn programming language. Okay, so here, now why I'm saying all these things is, so if you generally people are having a myth. Okay, I'm in non-IT, 8th class students are able to understand, then why can't you? Okay, so whatever you are having thoughts, keep it aside these 10 days. Be a 10th class student, how he is going to practice every day. You are, can be a 10 years experience, can be 15 years experience, whoever you are. Be a 10th class student, the way he is practicing, please do practice my sessions. Okay, now next, one more advantage of Python is portable. Portable means platform independent. What is a platform? Here, operating system. Now, you can write a code in one operating system, and you can practice that, you can use that in other operating system. I written a code in Windows, I can use this one in the Linux. Now the same features are available in other languages like Java, C++. Okay, so the same features are there also. Sorry. Next, less lines of code. Generally, number of lines is very less when compared to other languages. So here human psychology is in such a way that, for suppose you are going to start reading book, how you are, what you are going to see, how many pages it is. If you see any program, generally you will see how many lines it is. Okay, so the advantage of Python is here less lines of code. Why is it so? We'll tell you. Next, this is simple to implement, and huge library support. What is a library? Here this is similar to Java jar files. Sometimes guys, I am going to compare with other languages. If you are familiar with this one, well and good. If you don't know, then leave it, no problem. So here libraries means a predefined set of code which is similar to Java jar files. Here in Python, we can call it as a libraries or packages. It's a kind of a predefined set of code. Someone already written a code, you just use that one. Someone already written a code, you just use that one. For suppose you want to read XML file, someone already provided, just use that one. So mathematics, if you go for mathematics, you want to do to mathematics matrix multiplication, just to define two matrices, just you can use np dot matrix of some A and B. Okay, so there they written some code, you just use that one. So the main advantage of Python is its libraries. These libraries are every area it has. Here, if you go for development related, networking related, cloud related, okay, everywhere Python has its libraries. So what are all the areas that I will explain after 20 minutes. Okay. So here what you have to understand is Python related some predefined libraries are there in everywhere. So we can use that one. So it will become developer life very easy. Okay. Now, so that's why we have to go for Python. So here you can see a simple less lines of code. Python in C language, in C++, in Java, in Python, simple print statement. Okay. So here, if you don't know anything, by seeing this print, you can understand someone is printing that one. By seeing this system.out.println, who can understand? Okay. So here, very, very basic language, very easy language. Next. What else? Still, why should I go for Python? Okay. Still, why should I go for Python? As I said, Python is easy to learn and use. It is an expressive language, easy to express, and interpreted language. Just now I said interpreter, right? Python is having both interpreter and compiler. Okay, how it could be? Next sessions I will tell you. So here, for the time being, you can understand Python is an interpreted language. Now, cross-platform language means, as I said, we can develop code in one operating system and you can use that one in other operating system. Next, free to install and open source. What is open source? Open source means in the internet you can directly download and you can play with that one. Some languages, some SQL databases, they are licensed. So for suppose if you are using .NET, you have to pay some license. If you are using Teradata, you have to pay huge license. Means some softwares, if you are using, then you have to pay the license cost. But in terms of Python, it is completely open source. Next, object oriented language means OOPS concepts. In C++, Java, whatever the OOPS concepts are there, okay, classes, object, inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, abstraction, whatever the concepts are there, everything will be in Python. Okay. Actually, Python at the beginning 1990s, it is started as a scripting language. In 1996, after Java came into picture, okay, so all OOPS features are introduced and Python become a programming language. That's why somewhere you can see Python scripting language. Sometimes you can see Python programming language. You can say any, no problem. You can say any, no problem. Okay. Whatever you can do in Java, you can do in Python. Okay. Whatever you can do in C++, Java, okay, all OOPS concepts, everything you can implement in Python. Okay. That's why wherever the Java required, nowadays people are using Python. Okay. Next, extensible and awesome online community. What is this extensible? So we can integrate Python with other languages. For suppose Java plus Python, Jython. If you install Jython, there you can write a code both Java and Python. For suppose you are familiar with Java, you started with Java, a certain task, a complex task which is difficult in Java, Python has a library. You can go for, you can use Python library. Okay, and C plus Python, not Python, normal standard Python. .NET plus Python, Iron Python, Ruby plus Python, Ruby Python. So here likewise many flavors are there. Okay, now normal we are using standard Python. Okay, now these are extensible. Awesome online community forums are, guys. Online community or forums. Many forums are available. The advantage of these forums is, the advantage of these forums is, for suppose you have to write a code at certain place, you struck, you are facing some issue, you don't know who can help. Okay, sorry, you don't have anyone to help. Then what you can do is blindly place your requirement in the forum. Someone will respond worldwide. Okay, so here, so there are some forums are there, so consider Stack Overflow. If you are stuck anywhere, okay, you got one requirement, you have to write some Python code, but you are unable to, you place your query, your requirement over the site, someone will respond worldwide. Okay, so that many forums are available for Python as well. Large standard library, as I said, library is a predefined set of code, right? So here many libraries are there. So some library, for suppose NumPy, SciPy, numerical Python, scientific Python, all mathematical related operations, guys. Okay, there are some predefined code, you can use that one. In mathematics you have a matrices, okay, vectors, next trigonometry, all mathematical related predefined functions are there. Okay, just pass your information. For suppose you want to calculate multiplication of two matrices, you can pass a comma b matrices, that's it. Multiplication it can provide within seconds. Okay, next, GUI programming, Kinter module, Kinter library. Here static websites, so consider a billing softwares. This Kinter module is similar to Java applets. Okay, Java applets. Next, so easy to integrate with other languages, I already told you. Okay, and we can connect it to any database. Okay, so database connectivity. So in Java we have a JDBC to connect it to any database. Similar way, Python can connect it to any database. It can be a SQL databases, it can be a NoSQL databases. Okay, so here it can connect it to any databases. Okay, so here SQL databases you can see Oracle, SQL Server, Teradata, Netezza, Vertica, multiple databases are there. NoSQL databases, HBase, Cassandra, MongoDB, Neo4j, GraphX. Okay, so multiple NoSQL databases. Python, using Python you can connect it to anything. The way you are connecting to Java using JDBC, similar way Python also you can connect it to any database related. For this they already provided, for suppose you want to you want to connect it to MySQL database, then you have to install MySQL connector. Okay, if you want to connect it to Oracle, then you have to install a package cx underscore Oracle. Likewise, it is a library. If you install this library, you can connect it to Oracle. If you install this connector, you can connect it to this one. So likewise, if you want to connect it to any database, you can connect to using Python. Guys, so far clear? Any doubts? Okay, guys, can you please respond, anyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
thanks,
Yes,
thanks,
sir. Clear.
Satya. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, clear.
guys, here just as I said, theory it will be bore, okay, sometimes, but practical you will understand very clearly. Okay, so that's no issue. Tomorrow onwards we'll go practical, and today's session I will share the recording as well. Don't worry.
Sir, will you share PPT?
PPT
Can we get
content
the
I will share.
slides, sir?
Whatever the
She-
PPT content that I will provide it in the notes. Okay,
Okay, sir.
don't
Thank
worry.
you. Okay.
Now, next
Yes.
here, IEEE Spectrum has given first rank for Python in 2017, 18, 19. It has given the first rank for Python. So it is IEEE. So as you know, many. So it has given first rank for Python. Who are all using this? What are all the top companies are using this Python? Okay, Dropbox completely using Python, NASA scientific calculation, Yahoo search engine, IBM related, Facebook applications are built using Python, YouTube, Mozilla, Google, Cloud, AWS, all those are implemented Python. Okay, now still, why should I go for Python? What are all the advantages of Python? Okay, so what are all the top 10 reasons to learn Python nowadays? Okay, I already explained a few things. We'll explain few
Sir,
more.
excuse me, sir.
Yes, yes,
Sir, I have a doubt, sir, regarding this, sir. Sir, like these companies and also they'll be using both, sir, like C++ and Python. So how do they will get to know that where they have to use this the specific
that is
language, sir?
based on their requirement. Okay, so if they want to implement in for suppose if they have the team completely C++, you can go for C++. So that is based on the requirement. Okay, so it is not mandatory only go for this one, not like this. So here Manisha asked a question, please tell us which version of Python we should download and any link to download it. Manisha, did I explain about software installation related? No, right? Okay, you can wait. Guys, everything I can explain. Okay, so what is how to install, how to practice, please be patient. Okay, if you know already, okay, then till I cover that topic, you have to wait. Because here I have to explain every one point of view. Few people are completely they are coming from non-IT to IT. Now in this situation, if I say explained about whoops concept now they cannot understand. So I have to explain their point of view. So that's why. So I will go one by one. Okay, and this, as I said, this training can be useful for everyone. Okay, who are all coming to non-IT to IT. Okay, so who are working BPOs night shift, so they are struggle to move out. Okay, as this is the completely online training, they can join now. So come to here, what are all the top 10 reasons to learn Python? Okay, now why nowadays why it is so good market Python, we'll see this first. So first, 10th reason. So here, as I already discussed, Python is a open source, which is a high level programming language, which is interpreted language. And here, as I said, large community, many forums are there. So this is one advantage. Portable. Portable means platform independent. You can write a code in one operating system and you can practice, you can use that one in other operating system. Okay, extensible, integrate with other language. So C, standard Python, .NET, Iron Python, Java, Jython, we can. Now come to here. Once I will learn Python, where we can use, what are all the areas we can use, and how it will be helpful. If you learn Python, and then if you go for any framework, it can be a Django, it can be Flask, Pylons, Web2Py. Using this, you can go for UI developer, website designing, blog designer. Okay, so if you are interested to go for web application development, then if you learn Python, how it can be helpful is So there is some frameworks are there. Django framework is a kind of a predefined code. So the Django is one of the framework to implement web application. In this Django framework, to use this Django framework, you should strong knowledge in Python. Okay, so here once you learn Python, then if you want to go for web application development, then you have to learn Django. In this Django framework, you are going to write a code in Python. So to understand this code, first you have to strong in core and advanced Python. Okay, now artificial intelligence. Nowadays people are crazy about this artificial intelligence. Okay, everywhere future is AI. Fine, AI is fine. To go into that one, okay, so they provided some predefined libraries, guys. Okay, computer vision related, okay, some predefined libraries they provided, AI related. To use this library, you should strong in Python, because these libraries are completely written in Python. So to understand these libraries, to use these libraries for your program, you have to be strong in Python. Okay, so AI is good, AI related, okay, computer vision related, some image recognition, all those things to do, they provided some Python library. To use this library, to understand this library code, okay, you should be strong Python. So even though if you go for any AI course, directly if you go for AI course, again they will start with the starting Python. Okay, so first be strong in basics, be strong in basics. Now, so as I said, one area is you can go for web application development, another area is you can go for artificial intelligence related. So another area is you can go for GUIs, graphical user interfaces. Okay, a static applications. Consider a billing softwares in your system, medical billing softwares, that is only software is installed in your system. That UI related part you can develop in Kinter module. If you go for mobile applications, you can go for Jython and WX Python. If you go for gaming development, you can go for Pygame, Mario, like these games, right? So those like type of games you can develop using Pygame. Pygame is a one of the module. Okay, Pygame they already written some code for suppose move the person from one place to other place in the game. They written some code that move related, you can use that one. So last time a person from Malaysia, he attended online. He is the 6th standard. Okay, his father is my student, and I asked him why you are going to learn. He said he wants to implement a games. So his father said go for this Python. So sixth standard people are able to understand this Python. Why can't you? Question yourself. Okay. So here Python, using Python, you can go for this static applications, mobile applications. You can go for games. Testing related. For suppose you already testing guy, okay, so you have done a manual testing last 5 years, and then you have done automation testing related. If you learn Python, how it can helpful nowadays. Selenium with Python splinter. Okay, earlier people are going Selenium with Java, now people are going Selenium with Python. Okay, guys who are all completely new to software industry, first time they are attending these kind of programs, the terminologies can be new to you, you can ignore those. Okay, so Selenium is one of the popular automation framework. That code you can write in Java, that code you can write in Python. Okay, so Selenium with Python is very demand now. Then testing framework, PyTest. Okay, so this is one of the popular unit test framework. Now big data related. So in this decade, okay, 2010 to 2020, so you might heard this word big data, okay, which is a huge market now. Now this big data related. So here big data is a kind of huge amount of data which you cannot store. I mean to say, for suppose consider Gmail. So Gmail, you can send a attachment up to 25 MB, more than that you cannot. So Gmail point of view, it is a big data. Okay, so here this big data having a volume based, velocity based, variety based. Okay, so these big data can be processed using Hadoop. Hadoop is one of the distributed parallel processing framework. I have been working in this Hadoop environment the last 6 years. Okay, so here we have a libraries PyDoop, Dask, and PySpark. Storage related we have a HDFS. Processing related we have a Spark. Okay, so generally where we can see this big data is nowadays social media. So if you know, if you open Facebook, just imagine how many images you are uploading, how many images you are sharing. Okay, Facebook is nearly 300 applications of data. It's not a simple one. You are doing just like a single like backend, some record is stored. Okay, you are uploading image somewhere, it has to store, right? That's why just imagine how much data people are worldwide, how many images are uploading, how many images are sharing. Okay, so that big data is processed by Hadoop. Okay, so to storage related we have a HDFS, processing related Spark. This is Spark code we can write in Java, we can write in Python, we can write in Scala. I am going to teach in Python, PySpark. Okay, so this is one area. If you learn strong in Python, after that you can go for Spark related, PySpark. Okay, so one area is, as I said, you can go for web development, you can go for artificial intelligence, you can go for computer graphics, testing related, big data related. Okay, and another one is a script automation. Okay, in the Unix, people are earlier writing a shell script. The same scripts you can write in Python. Automation scripts you can write in Python. Data science. Now this is also one of the good market for data science. So here, to go into data science, okay, it is not a simple, guys. Okay, only 45 days, 2 months course. After 2 months, you should not call yourself as a data scientist. Okay, so here, to go into this one, you should have a strong statistical knowledge, strong programming language, strong big data knowledge, okay, strong functional knowledge. Okay, multiple factors are there. Okay, after 2 months of any data science course, you should not call yourself as a data scientist. Okay, so to go into in this data science also, okay, to do operations on data, we have to do some transformations, some cleaning operations we have to do, data related. Those things we can do using Python. So there is a popular modules NumPy, numerical Python, pandas, which is have data frames, matplotlib, charts representation, seaborn visualization. To represent the data in visualization reports, you can go for seaborn. So to go into data science area, you should have a knowledge in these libraries. These libraries are already written in Python. To use these libraries, you should have a knowledge in Python. Okay, now ultimately this is the one salary. What is the salary trend? So this statistic in 2018, guys. Okay, long back I have taken these screenshots. So here in US, what is the market? And as I said, who already working on this one? Google, YouTube, Instagram completely implemented in Python, NASA, IBM, Raspberry Pis, what do you call it as IoT related, Facebook, Dropbox, these are already implemented Python. Okay, so here what you have to understand is, if you are learning Python, okay, what areas we can go? One is web development, you can go. So for this we have a, you can go for Django framework, and then you can go for computer graphics, you can go for AI, you can go for big data, and you can go for any testing related. And here testing related, as I said, Selenium with Python, and here you have a PySpark, and here we have AI related some TensorFlow, Keras. Testing related we have a Selenium with Python, and For suppose if you are if you are IoT guy, there is a Raspberry Pi. Okay, so there also we can use IoT related, and we can go for data science. Okay, if you go for any robotics, okay, there is a module called Pyro. If you go for games, there is a module called Pygame. And if you go for cloud related, guys, nowadays everywhere, okay, AWS, Azure, and GCP, it can support Python. Simple, guys. Whatever the tool, software tool, okay, whatever the cloud, whatever here, wherever the script is required, wherever the code is required, there, everywhere, mostly we have a Python library. Okay, and networking people, okay, we have a client and server module. And if you go for, if you are a guy for what do you call it as networking, cloud, games, robotics, testing, almost covered, right? DevOps. Okay, in the DevOps some tools are there. Ansible, Ansible something. Okay, so there also we have to write a code in Python. So multiple areas we are having Python. So that's why nowadays freshers, whoever freshers or whoever coming from non-IT IT background, first be strong in Python, then use yourself having some confidence, then based on your interest you can go for any one of the area. Okay, I'm not going to teach this all. Okay, but after completion of my Python course, so here, core Python and advanced Python. Generally we have only one Python, but these Amirpet market, okay, they divided like this, core and advanced. Only one Python is there. Okay, so here as part of this program I am going to say this core Python. Okay, which is a 10 days duration, daily 1 hour. Okay, morning 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Okay, now, so whether you can continue this one or not, no problem, whatever you are, be a beginner, start this one. Okay, just understand, I will provide the software, I will provide installation, I will explain the material, I will give you the material, exercises, everything I can do, I can give. What you have to do is daily 1 hour, attend the session and maintain 1 more hour to practice. Okay, that's enough. You yourself get a confidence, that is for sure. So this is for today's session, guys, and mostly you understand now, you understand, right, where we can use Python, everywhere we can use Python, and everyone can learn this one. Okay, so if you have any gap, okay, 4 years gap, you can learn. After this you can go for, as part of my curriculum, currently I'm going to explain here, and next I will start Azure related, Azure and the big data PySpark I will start. Okay, so any doubts, guys? And how we are, so here I will provide the form, guys, those who already registered, well and good. So in the chart I provided the form and I provided the WhatsApp group. Okay, you can fill the form. If you already filled it, ignore that one and please do join in that WhatsApp group. If any updates, I will provide over email and I will provide in the WhatsApp group. Okay, and completely recording I will share it to you, you can download that one later. So today's session related, any doubts, guys?
No, sir, it's clear.
Okay,
No, sir,
so
clear.
tomorrow I am going to explain, so tomorrow's session I am going to explain Python installation and how to practice Python. Okay, how to execute programs Python. Okay, so these I will explain, guys. So so next to 10 days, same link, whatever the link you joined today, same link will be for next 10 days. And if you have any friends references, okay, please do share, as this is the complimentary sessions only. So many people are scared about the programming language and they are not able to shift their career. Okay, so my training, definitely it will be advantage to you guys. Thank you. Thanks you guys, have a great day.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
sir.
sir.
Sir,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.